What's up, everybody? It's Brian.
And I'm Logan. And we're Crush Cards. And I'm really sick. Again. Yay! But it's okay. Here we are. Hi, folks.
So with all the Shaddoll hype going around, and then of course us loving zombies, we figured we would mash the two up together and do a Shaddoll zombie deck profile. The two archetypes have a lot in common and have a lot of really good synergy together because a lot of the zombie cards are earth and dark, and then a lot of the Shaddoll cards require those. So let's just get right into the cards. So starting off with your zombie play starter, we play triple, Sure Nui Solitaire. Everyone knows what this card does. It just tributes itself and then gets you a copy of...
Oh yeah, it's Unizombie!
3 Unizombie. This is the best play starter in your entire deck because it has 2 effects. The first one allows you to discard a monster from your hand, which is insane because all your zombies function in the graveyard, and you know what? All your Shaddoll cards also function in the graveyard. So this allows you to trigger all of your effects from your hand and get everything directly into the graveyard, and it's also a Foolish Burial for any zombie monster. So you can send your Necroworld Banshee to get access to your zombie world, you can send your Glow Up Bloom to get access to your Doom King, or you can send your Mizuki for additional extenders. This card is the absolute nuts.
Yeah.
For the final zombie play starter, I just chose to play the one Gozuki. He is an Earth, so it does come up. You can go into Shekinaga, and also it's a Foolish Burial for zombies. So it just allows you to get things into your graveyard if you don't see any of your other play starters. Gozuki also has a really cool extension effect where whenever he hits the graveyard, you can banish a different zombie monster than himself in the graveyard and then special a zombie from your hand. So it just allows you to kind of keep playing.
And be sure to go subscribe to the channel if you like this profile because it helps us make content and we love you. We want you to see these videos first, so yay!
And then of course for your best extender, you play triple Mizuki. A lot of people are always asking why we play this card at 3, and that is very simple because you want as many bodies as possible. This is a Shaddoll deck. Most Shaddoll decks blind second, so this is just Boral Sword Turbo. You play it at 3 because you want to see it opening hand. You want to have the max possibility of seeing it in your graveyard as soon as possible and just allow you for the maximum amount of extension.
And it's not a hard one per turn.
Yeah, not at all. Look at these. This Duelist Saga rare is really
nice.
cool. So yeah, I hope that this, what's the next set that comes out? Dual Overload?
Dual Overload.
I hope that they do this kind of rarity. And then of course we play double Necroworld Banshee. This card is literally just Zombie World. You can quick effect, banish it from your graveyard, and then access Zombie World directly from your deck to your side of the field. And then of course, say it every video, and I will continue to say it again, the best boss monster ever printed in a structure deck, Doom King. This card is literally a walking 2 interruptions. It can trigger to banish a card when a zombie monster activates its effect, or it can trigger to negate a zombie monster whenever it activates its effect. And those are both in graveyard and on field. And when Zombie World is face up on the field, every monster, yours and your opponent's, are zombie monsters. So you can trigger this off of your effects or your opponent's. Then for our level 1 package, play 2 Glow Up Bloom. This is the only card that I don't know if I want to keep it at 2. Kind of bricky. You want 6 cards in your first opening hand, and when this is one of them, it's not really great. However, the only reason you want to run 2 is where you open one, you still want to have one that's live in your deck so that you can just go in, get your Doom King, and then OTK your opponent. So the only thing that I would contemplate, this is a 41 card deck. For any of you guys who know, we love 41 card decks, and this is the 41st card. So if you want to just blank one and make it a 40 card deck, that is what I would recommend. And then onto our extender package, we play the one Adorable Glow Up Bulb. This card allows you to mill 1 card from your deck and then special summon it from the graveyard once per duel. So not only does it fill your graveyard and help you to trigger a lot of your effects that would resolve in graveyard, but it also gets you a free body after you've already used this card. And then of course, probably
Danger Lamp!
Yep, some of the best extenders in the entire game are Dangers, and this is really good because it allows you to A, get an additional body and draw a card, and then B, if they hit this card after you reveal it, it allows you to choose what you want to send to the graveyard with an additional draw anyways, which is why this card is so strong, because it allows you to just get a lot of your stuff in graveyard. A lot of this deck functions in the graveyard, and that's what you need. You need cards in your graveyard, and you need to continually keep cycling your hand. So Mothman allows you to do that perfectly. And then of course we just play the one Armageddon Knight. This card is absolutely insane in any Shaddoll deck because it allows you to just normal summon it and send any dark monster that you need. Once again, in the zombie deck, when Zombie World is face up on the field and you have a Mizuki, you can just banish the Mizuki and get this back from your graveyard. This is not a hard once per turn, so it allows you to send multiple dark monsters from your deck to your graveyard. This card is just a great starter or extender. And then we get into the beloved Shaddoll package. The most broken Shaddoll card that has come out in the last couple of years is Shaddoll Window. We play the one Beast, the one Squamata, the one Dragon, and then the, we'll get to the Spice after, but so these 4 cards right here This card is absolutely nuts. When this card is sent to the graveyard, or when it is flip summoned, you basically get to special summon a Shaddoll monster in face down defense position. Beast is literally Mothman. When it's flipped, you draw 2 cards and then discard 1. Or whenever it's sent to the graveyard, you literally just draw 1 card. Squamata is a Foolish Burial, or if it's on the field and flipped face up, you get to target and destroy a card. And then Shaddoll Dragon is Compulse when it's flipped, and then it is also just an MST when it's sent to the graveyard. So these are just such utility cards, but this is the main one that you're going to want to go for all the time. And then for the spice, of course, you need to have light targets, so we play the 1 Performance Trick Clown and the 1 AD Changer. These cards are literally both in the deck because they serve the exact same purpose. This just gets you a body on board for your construct play. This also allows you to go into your construct play. The reason that we are playing 2 lights is because if you open one of them, you still want to have a live copy in your deck, and these cards literally serve the same exact purpose, allow you to go through the same exact combo, which we will get to in the combo section of the deck, so make sure you stick around for that.
This is a really old card. This looks old.
Yeah, it's very old. So what this card says is that you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 monster on the field, change its battle position. So realistically, what you would do is you would summon your Beast in face down defense position off of Wendy, and then when this is sent to the graveyard for construct, you'd activate this to banish it, which would flip Beast because you would have to change it to face up attack position. It's now been flipped. You can draw 2 cards and then discard 1, so it's really, really interesting.
That's so metal. That's such a cool little card.
And then, of course, everyone knows that the Trick Clown, whenever it's sent to the graveyard, you pay 1,000 life points and it special summons itself. So it gets you a free level 4 for your Abyss Dweller plays, and it also just gets you a free body to link with. Onto our spells and traps. We played the 2 Zombie World because you don't need more than 2. You don't want to see it. It's kind of a brick, so the 2 is fine. You could search it off of Necroworld Banshee. You could also search Necroworld Banshee off of Unizombie, off of Armageddon Knight, off of Solitaire. Like, it's the amount of Zombie Worlds that you play in your deck is exponential, so just this is fine. We also only played 2 Instant Fusion. This deck literally just wants to go second, break boards, and then kill your opponent. Instant Fusion just allows you to get to your Thousand Eyes Restrict and eat a monster. Or going first allows you to go into your Wind to play, and then you can just Mizuki it back and create a crazy floodgate for your opponent to try to get over. And then for extra 1-ups, we play the 1 Foolish Burial because it's absolutely broken in this deck. And we play the 1-for-1. 1-for-1 allows you to get access directly to your Glow Up Bloom or your Glow Up Bulb, depending on the situation, for absolutely free. And it requires you to put a card from your hand into the graveyard. So it just triggers more of your effects, and then Foolish Burial does the same thing. Just puts anything that you need into your graveyard so you can continue to play on. This is a fusion deck, so of course we have to play triple Super Poly. This card is broken in the deck because with Zombie World, you literally can just clear 2 monsters for free. It's not even fair. Or you can use it to go into any of your Shaddoll cards if you need in the mirror match, which is really, really prevalent nowadays. With all the Shaddolls running around, this just allows you to go second and just fuse your opponent's stuff away.
And you discard.
Yep, that's true, and you discard. Then for probably the most powerful card in the entire deck, we play triple Shaddoll Fusion. This card is literally just polymerization for your Shaddolls. However, if your opponent controls a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, you get to fuse monsters from your deck instead of your hand, which is just nuts. You literally can go like +4 off of this card. And then when any of your Shaddoll fusion monsters are sent from the field to the graveyard, by any means, you literally can just recycle this card back to your hand. And for the last Shaddoll cards, we play the 1 L Shaddoll Fusion because it's just a quick play. It helps you go in for game. It is searchable off of a lot of other cards in your deck, and it just provides you additional damage. And then for the final card in the deck, we play the Rest Shaddoll Incarnation. This is probably one of the best extenders in the entire deck. You send it off of your construct, you can send it off of your Squamata, and then it just allows you to go in and do full combo. For our Shaddoll fusions, we played the 2 El Shaddoll Construct. We chose to play both arts because they're just really, really cool. I really appreciate the alternate art. And what it does is, of course, it requires a light monster and a Shaddoll monster, so it gets you access to your Trick Cloud directly into your graveyard for a free body, or it can also get you access to your AD Changer. It's literally the same exact play, which we will go over in the combo section. And on summon, this card is a Foolish Burial.
I personally like the alternate art printing of El Shaddoll Construct, but feel free to drop in the comments which one you prefer. Do you prefer the OG art of El Shaddoll Construct, or do you prefer the new alternate art? I think the alternate art has a more dynamic, abstract look to it, but I understand the OG printing too.
She looks more like a Transformer in this one. I don't know, I like the...
I don't know, I just think this one looks really cool. It's
like the legs. The legs look very Transformer-y.
It just looks more powerful.
That's kind of cool.
I don't know.
And then, of course, we play the 1 Shekanaga. You can literally get access to this card with Shaddoll Fusion right off of your Mizuki or your Gozuki in any Shaddoll card, and then when a special summon monster activates their effect while you have a Shaddoll card in your hand, you can negate that effect and just discard the card. So this is just a really good interruption. we play the brand new El Shaddoll Al Capone. He's really, really cool. He's got his little hat on. You can't see it because it's not in the picture, but it's there.
He's got a pizza too somewhere.
This card says that it cannot be destroyed by battle, which is the opposite of the next card, if you guys haven't already figured that one out. And then on summon, you can target one face-up card on the field and negate its effect. So this card is really, really good to get over problematic Floodgate or to get over any problematic monster that your opponent's placed on the field that's in your way from comboing off. And of course, probably one of the best Floodgates in the entire game right now, we play the El Shaddoll Window. This card is the opposite of Al Capone, and it cannot be destroyed by card effects as opposed to battle. And this card is probably one of the most oppressive Floodgates because while it is face up on the field, it says that both players can only special summon once. So this card is really hard to get around. Fun fact, you can instant fusion this out and then just Mizuki it back for free.
And double fun fact, your opponent cannot Nibiru you when Winda is on the field.
Yes, that is actually...
That is a really important fun fact for you to know.
Yeah, so Nibiru says on your 5th summon or after the 5th summon, whatever, you can special summon Nibiru and a token. So that is considered 2 summons. So just for you guys out there who have ever had that ruling, Winda does not allow your opponent to activate Nibiru any longer. So keep Winda on the field as your anti-Nibiru.
Yeah, call a judge. They cannot do that.
Winda's great. Moving on to our Insta-Fusion targets that are not Winda, we play the 1000 Eyes Restrict. It literally just eats a monster and allows you to just play for free. And then our Super Poly target, we play the 1 Necro Nether Soul. I butcher this card's name every time.
Necro Nether Soul Dragon.
It's literally just 2 zombie monsters, so when Zombie World is face up on the field, you just fuse 2 of your opponent's monsters away and just go in and kill them with a 3k beat stick. For going first, we do have the 1 Abyss Dweller. We play a ton of level 4s in the deck, and a lot of decks rely on the graveyard, clearly because we're playing one of them, so you don't want your opponent to have that access on their turn. So going first, if they make you do that, you have access to Abyss Dweller. Then for our links, we play the 1 Link Karibo for our Glow Up Bloom, our Glow Up Bulb, or our 1000 Eyes Restrict. It just allows you to get the body off field so you can continue to go on and combo. We play the 1 Vampire Sucker because it literally just says draw 1 every time a monster is special summoned from the graveyard to the side of the field. It doesn't have to be your side of the field, it can be either player's. It's a hard once per turn, but it's a +1, so you have to play it. And of course, the 1 Cross Sheep. This card is just absolutely insane in the deck, because whenever you special summon a fusion monster, you get to basically get another level 4 from your graveyard back to your field. So it's just a great extender. IP, probably the best generic Link 2 in the game right now. It provides such interruption on your turn and your opponent's turn because you can still use it on your turn to go into an indestructible Link 3 or a Link 4, which is really hard for your opponent to get over, and it also provides interruption on your opponent's turn by allowing you to go into anything that you need to pop a card, spin a card back, or just get into indestructible monsters also. Then we play our only generic Link 3, which is Nightmare Unicorn. This card just spins a card directly from the field back into the deck. It's a really good target off of IP, along with our Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax.
Wow, look at him.
Whose favorite card is this?
He's so pretty. He's always pretty. When do you not look at that card and think, golly, what a guy.
This card is really, really tough for your opponent to out. And then this with a Winda on board, it's just game. It's automatically game every single time.
It's an automatic Winda. I'm sick, but I still got it.
And then last but not least,
Borosword.
Yeah, this is literally the entire deck. This is just Borosword OTK. So we play the 1 Borosword. Here it is. Let's get into the combos.
Sorry.
So we are going to shuffle. Keep in mind that this deck blinds second, so we are going to rip 6 cards after our lovely opponent cuts for us.
Oh, hello, it's me. In case you couldn't tell, we have a lovely Attack on Titan playmat I think is super duper cute. And in case you all were wondering, because I know someone's gonna ask, I got it off of eBay. eBay. Glorious eBay.
Hey, there it is. And then, ooh, that's bricky. And then we'll go for this. That's awesome. So, what we are going to do first is we are going to, because our opponent controls 2 monsters, we are going to normal summon our Gozuki, activate its effect, sending our Necro World Banshee from our deck to the graveyard, and then we're going to banish the Banshee to get access directly to our Zombie World.
I still think they should have named her Banishee, because she banishes.
That is actually
I still
really
think
funny.
that was a missed opportunity for puns, but
Was. Totally was. And then, of course, we could Super Poly both our opponent's monsters away by discarding our Doom King, getting us access to our Draco Necro Nether Soul Dragon. We have now cleared 2 cards off our opponent's field, so we're gonna go into Link 2 into our Cross Sheep, and then we can activate our Shaddoll Fusion. We cleared 2 monsters off our opponent's field, but they still have one that is from the extra deck, so we are going to send our Shaddoll Window, and then our Performance Trick Clown. This will get us access to our construct, and then man, oh man, do we have chain links. So Crush Heap is gonna special summon a level 4. Construct is going to send the trap. Shaddoll Window is going to special our beast in face down defense position. And then Trick Clown will pay 1,000 life points so that we can special summon itself. Now what we can do is we can activate the trap, banishing itself and Wendy to flip our beast, and then we draw 2 cards and then discard 1, which is obviously going to be the Mizuki. That's insane. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4 for everybody's favorite, and then because Gozuki was sent to the graveyard, we can banish an additional zombie monster to special 1 from our hand, which would be the Doom King. And then, of course, we can just Mizuki back our Draco Necro Nether Soul Dragon. And
good lord!
If this isn't enough damage on board, I don't know what is.
Jeez.
Yeah, so that's what this deck can do going second, but what about going first? We're gonna shuffle and then give our opponent the option to cut, which they will take.
And they're just like, nah.
Some people do. And then we'll grip 5. Instant, AD Changer, Solitaire, Super Duper Loop Pally, and Mizuki. Now this is actually really good. So we are going to normal summon Solitaire, activate its effect, special Unizombie, activate Unizombie's effect to discard Mizuki, and then we'll activate Unizombie's effect, again to send our Necroworld Banshee from our deck to our graveyard. We can then activate our instant fusion, paying 1,000 life points to grab a window, and then we can activate our Banshee, get Zombie World, and then we link for 2 into our Vampire Sucker, activating our Mizuki, banishing it from the graveyard to get back our window, which will allow us to draw 1 card off of Sucker, which now is a play starter for next turn. We can set the Super Poly, and then now look at this insane floodgate. We have 1 special summon and then 1 normal summon, and then basically when they do that, we're just gonna Super Poly those 2 cards away by discarding our AD Changer into our Draco Necro Nether Soul Dragon, and then of course on our turn, we're gonna draw the Zombie World, which does not matter 1 bit. We'll normal summon Uni, activate its effect.
Yeah.
Send the Bloom, banish the Bloom. For your 1 special summon, you get Doom King. And there it is. That is game. Easily. So as you can see, this deck can go first or second. Shaddolls are a very good engine on a lot of decks right now, and it's really good in this deck because all of your monsters in this deck are either dark or earth, so you can go into a lot of your different Shaddoll extra deck monsters. We hope you guys really like this profile. Let us know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check us out on Instagram. It's at CrushCardsYGO. We love talking to you guys. We've gotten a lot of messages lately. And you know what makes this deck better?
Merch! Oh my god, look at my son. My son makes everything better. He makes the world. Look at that. You beat that board. Break that board. Look at that. Seal of Ori Calcos. Eat it. Seal of Ori Topsos. I don't know. I just made that up. Anyway, we have merch. It's super cute. It's perfect. Free shipping. International shipping. You got it. You name it. You want it. You can have it. He's right here. He's perfect. I designed all of this. So not only are you supporting the channel, but you're going to be repping some sick Crush Card swag for $5 or $10 or $15 for both. You can follow your heart and do whatever you want. PayPal links are in the description down below. Do what you got to do. Send us a message on Instagram if you need to. You know the drill, folks. Buy my son. He'll make your deck better. He'll make your life better. You're welcome.
And for anyone who wants their own custom field centers, we have a link in our description box down below, which is Cardboard Gaming. And if you use the discount code CrushCards10, you get 10% off your entire purchase.
What a steal! Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. We enjoyed doing this for you. Sorry I'm sick. Sorry we're still out of whack with our studio. I love you. Goodbye. You better! Mwah.